Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting to assess the progress of India's Gaganyaan mission and the outline of the future of India's space exploration endeavours as well. The Department of Space presented a comprehensive overview of the Gaganyaan mission, including various technologies that have been developed so far, such as human-rated launch vehicles and system qualification. It was noted that around 20 major tests, including 3 uncrewed missions of the human-rated launch vehicle, are planned. First demonstration on the flight of the crew escape system test vehicle is scheduled on the 21st of October, and the meeting evaluated the mission's readiness, affirming its launch in 2025. Group Captain VN Jha. Jayaprakash, of course, my colleague, is joining us first to talk more about this. Jayaprakash, if you can hear me, this is obviously going to be the next big thing that India is going to be focusing on. We've already seen, Jayaprakash, what the landing on the moon has done for India's reputation. It will be wonderful to envisage what sending a person into the space or to, the further frontiers of space will do for our country. Group Captain VN Jha is joining us at this point in time to talk more about this. Group Captain VN Jha, appreciate you joining us, sir. Well, what do you make of this personal attention that the Prime Minister is giving to our space program and the next logical step when it comes to space exploration?
Absolutely, Vinny. Look, what is happening here in the Gaganyaan project is everything is going very, very methodologically. Because there are many intricacies, and I'm sure you are aware, and your viewers are also aware. I had written this book about 2.5 years back, before 3 years back actually, before Project Gaganyaan was launched. This is Design Concepts in Human Space Mission. And in this, there is a special chapter, and that is human rating of the launch vehicle and the crew model. This is a very intricate thing, because when we send any human into the space or anywhere, all life concerns are the one which must be taken in all dimensions. And that is what right now it is going on. There are various things for the launchers, that is the rocket that has already been certified. And now it is the crew model, the ejection system, the separation system, that is going through the various valuations. And on that front, on 21st August or 22nd August, one of these days, there will be a launch of the Gaganyaan without human, of course, just to see the various functionality of the separation systems and the human rating that has to be given to it. So, ISRO is going methodologically as we had contended. We were surprised some time back when the project was announced that within so time it will be launched within a year or a year and a half. That was a little bit of too premature for indigenous systems to go into the uses. Now it is the indigenous system. By and large, most of the systems, if not almost about say 90% of it, it is indigenous. Rocket is indigenous. Crew model is indigenous. Service model is indigenous. In the crew model, various life support systems and the environmental control is also, most of it is indigenous. So now we can say that yes, it is India which is on track of Project Gaganyaan, and everything that you see is happening is absolutely going methodologically, and we compliment ISRO for all this patience, because all these affect human. When you send 2 or 3 persons into that crew model for that many days, maybe 3 days, 5 days or 7 days or more, then every provisioning of essentials have to be there within that crew model, and all concerns of the life support, life sustenance, and coming back and splashing down into the sea. It all has to be absolutely flawless. So for that reason, all this human rating and the certification is going on. And I'm sure within a fairly short time now, all this certification will be completed, and we will see the actual Project Gaganyaan being launched from our territory. We wish ISRO all the best, and we compliment PM Modi, who has been, keeping a very close eye and remove any constraints, especially anything on the administrative or financial, from it affecting the entire project. We need.
All right. And Group Captain Jha, in terms of our preparedness, how confident do you think ISRO is going to be, considering that, Chandrayaan was such a runaway success?
Well, Chandrayaan was entirely different project. Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Chandrayaan 3, all this we have already elaborated at your channel. Gaganyaan is entirely different thing. It's entirely different ball of game. We had the rocket long back. We had PSLV, we had GSLV. GSLV Mark III was there. We had a failure in GSLV Mark III. So this LVM, launch vehicle, Mark 1, 2, 3, that is right now going on. And this is the one which is finally taking the project Gaganyaan into the reality. So launcher was there, rocket was already there, but that rocket had to go through a series of certification for the human rating.
Group Captain Jha, just hold on to that thought. Let me also quickly get an input from my colleague Jayaprakash, who's joining us at this point in time. JP, thank you for speaking with us. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, sorry.
Well, this is obviously the next mammoth step in India's glory when it comes to exploring the frontiers of space exploration.
Well, yes, close on the heels of the success of Chandrayaan 3, now ISRO all set to test the Gaganyaan. It's a three-step approach. The first one would be the crew model. In fact, this is going to be the first one wherein the TVT-1 will be tested into the outer space, and recovery is being also worked out. The Navy has already done some exercises in Bay of Bengal. The recovery will happen in the seas of Bay of Bengal. Then after that, we will have unmanned mission of Gaganyaan, and then finally the manned one. These are the two important ones which are being planned in 2024. But in that direction, the first one, the testing of the vehicle which is being done at the Satish Dhawan Center on 21st between 7:30 and 9:30. It's an important mission as far as ISRO is concerned. There is a series of space explorations that are happening. We have seen how the solar mission is also underway right now. That is also moving in the right direction. The Chandrayaan, of course, is a closed chapter, Chandrayaan 3, because all the data is sent back to the tracking center, and all those experiments that this happened, those inferences are being drawn by ISRO. Very shortly, we will hear from ISRO as to what the outputs were as far as Chandrayaan is concerned. The manned mission is the most important one. Remember, Rakesh Sharma, we had to take the help of the Russians to set him off to space. Now, India, indigenously, working on the Gaganyaan manned mission.
Right, Jayaprakash, thank you for joining us. And Group Captain Jha, coming back to you, sir. Sir, the volatilities and the fragility of putting a man in these particular aircrafts, how circumspect is the situation going to be for the ISRO to analyze?
Very important. Look, we have been launching satellites. Rocket takes the satellite from here, puts into the orbit, and then by and large forgets, there are small maneuver for the satellite to be put into the precise inclination, precise height. Those are the small maneuvers. But here, that is only a small process of launching the crew from here into the orbit. Now, this has to remain in the orbit in the almost microgravity or 0G for it to continue orbiting in that 0G. But then every breath that the human inside takes, he consumes oxygen, he emits carbon dioxide, he emits humidity into the crew space, and all three of them doing it with every breath. That means the oxygen is reducing with every breath, carbon dioxide is building up, humidity is building up. So all those ECN LSS, that is the environmental control and life support system, these are all automated functions which has to continue working round the clock, and it being monitored every second here from the Earth remotely. So that is that very important function that has to be there. And there comes, the provisionings for the crew. He has to breathe, he has to drink water, he has to have food, he has to be protected from any solar flare or anything that has to come. Then it needs the power. He has got the computer there system, which has got the other power control systems. So there is a crew model which has got solar panels which will be generating power and supplying to the crew model. In addition, there are many other things going on at the same time. Keep the temperature within, within the control of it. Maybe from 22 to 29 degrees Celsius. Temperature control has to be there, carbon dioxide, humidity, the particulate control, any particulate that comes to the environment of the macro environment of the crew model, that has to be removed. So there is a huge lot of systems that is continuously working, which has to be monitored from here space. And just in case, if monitoring affected from the ground station here on the Earth, the crew there inside, he has to come into the play, and then he initiates the control by himself. He takes the entire systems into his own hand. Otherwise, the entire thing will be automated. So from the launching, that is the small job, but when the crew module goes to the orbit, then the entire job starts. And again, when it has to be deboosted, if the crew module has to come back to the Earth, it has to reduce its velocity. With the reduction of the velocity, the centrifugal force decreases, centripetal force towards Earth. It starts increasing and pulling it down towards the Earth, and then again makes the re-entry to the atmosphere. There's a huge lot of temperature in and around the crew module, almost to the tune of about 2,500 odd degrees Celsius, which creates the entire thing of the plasma. The communication stops, the warming starts there on the outer side of the crew module, and then finally it comes down and then decelerates and makes a splash down with the parachute opening up. So there's a huge lot of process, and in between, should any emergency, unexpected situation come, that has to be handled either remotely from the Earth, or the crew who are there inside, they should be able to handle it. So for that, all the training, everything that keeps on going. So, it's a huge lot of ambit, much more, many times more than the sending the satellite to the orbit. So that is how it is a very intricate thing. And once the first Gaganyaan is mastered, it is certified, and then thereafter it will be much easier for India to take another venture of Gaganyaan 2, Gaganyaan 3, or increase the size of the crew, or increase the duration of the crew. All those technology will be with ISRO. Many wishes to ISRO to go ahead with this and fructify in the entire steps of the technology. Wish them all the best. Vinesh.
Group Captain Jha, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.